Hey guys, we're up here in North Phoenix wrapping up our latest project. We have a lot of little details to finish here and there, and staging is coming in today, and we couldn't be more excited for the big reveal. We skipped a lot of the in-between progress just because this place was kind of a construction zone, but we think it turned out really great. So this place looks completely different from when we started. We have this giant open kitchen with this oversized island that came out pretty sweet. Tony and his team with the local trade were here for like 7 hours yesterday making sure the place looked perfect, and we cannot wait to see how it turned out. So I'm kind of floored about how awesome it came out. The staging is beautiful. Tony and his guys did an amazing job, but I really kind of want to walk you through and dissect piece by piece how we kind of made this house all come together. It was a lot of work. It was a really fun challenge for us. We're kind of presented with some interesting design and functionality challenges. It's an older house, so it was functionally not quite where it should be today. So we had to make a lot of changes to correct some of those issues. It's this huge open living space, and these bright white colors really make it feel open and airy and welcoming. When we first got into this home, none of the living area walls or bedroom walls were finished. They had that kind of slump block finish. You could see the brick because all these are brick homes, block homes. Pretty typical for here in the Phoenix area, but it's not really that clean, uniform finish that you would expect to see in a nice house. So we went through and had to drywall and texture almost basically the entire house. Anything with an exterior wall was retextured. We had this bright white finish painted on. It took them a few coats to make sure it was absolutely perfect, but I think it was well worth it. Now, I can't even practically imagine what this kitchen looked like before we got to it. It was tiny, it was closed off, and it was cramped. There was a wall that came to about here, and it closed off this entire kitchen area. That was the first thing to go. We demoed the heck out of that. I'm in love with this waterfall countertop feature that we chose to do with this white quartz. And we just can't help to add a little flair, so we had our friends at Porter Barnwood wrap up some wood for us, and we installed it here underneath the island in this wall. I think it made it look really cool. It just kind of adds a little more oomph, right? It kind of helps flow with all the other touches in the home. And because we have so many bright, white, clean finishes, and even a lot of the smaller details are like just clean matte black, we wanted to still add something special. So I feel like these little touches really go a long way, and I think it's also a really easy thing to do in your own home if you just want to add a little spice to your kitchen or living area. Because this is a brand new kitchen, these are also custom cabinets. I think they came out perfectly. One of the easiest things that you can do to really upgrade your cabinets is add soft close. So you just kind of let it go and it closes on its own. It's super smooth. The mechanism that makes it soft closing is just right in here. It's just a little hinge. You close it and it's done. The same thing on the drawers. Nice. I'm obsessed with this drop zone. We wanted to build a drop zone into one of our laundry areas for a while, and this space was the perfect place to do it. So again, it's just a good framed out little storage area with a bench seat, and then again, just to add an extra little flair, we had Porter barnwood installed in here as well. I think it was a really, really fun look, and I love how the whites and grays of the wood kind of tie in with the rest of the home. I love imagining coming home with like your arms full of groceries or your kids with their school backpacks, and they all come here and drop everything off before they even get into the house. It's like the perfect area to just drop everything, take off your shoes, take a minute to decompose, and then get to making dinner or whatever it is you're doing when you get home. So bathrooms are a really big deal in any home. We take them especially seriously because it kind of gives us the freedom to do some really funky tile work, do some fun touches. We love doing this floor to ceiling subway tile like you see in the back. We used a beveled subway tile in here just to give it a little extra dimension, and then we finished it off with a good dark grout. Very important to have that contrast because it really just gives it a little extra something. I'm gonna bring you guys with me here. The flooring is this charcoal gray hex tile. We call it the hex tile because it's these little hexagons, and they are so clean and beautiful. Again, we had this subway tile floor to ceiling in most of the bathroom. And then this is a custom vanity. And I love the idea of adding little storage bins down on the bottom just for some towels and extra linens. And then we carried the same theme of that quartz countertop in here just to really keep everything cohesive. Again, these matte black finishes in these faucets and hardware just really create a neat look. So in here we actually had to make some structural changes just to make it a little more functional. The way this home was built was there used to be a big storage closet on this wall. Very common for this age of home, not really functional anymore. We got rid of this space. It actually gave us a bunch of room to play in the bathroom. The reason for that was because there is a big storage space here, it pushed the bathrooms 3 feet back. So when we got here, this bathroom was actually an extra 3 feet deep, but guess where that cut into? It cut into the master bathroom, and that just wasn't making sense. So we brought this bathroom forward. It still is really robust. There's still enough room for a full tub, for your sink, for your toilet, whatever it is. You'll be comfortable in here, but we added 3 feet of space in the master bathroom just by making that small change. So if you look at this bathroom, there's a ton of space to move around. There's a dual vanity, there's a shower, and it's normal sized. There's a separate little area for the toilet. Entire bathroom, I could put a hand practically on each wall. It was that narrow. And it's just not functional, and it shouldn't be that way for the master suites. Y'all know how important that master bathroom is. We needed to make some changes here, and by pushing back this wall from the other bathroom, we gained all of the space right in this area where it was really needed. Again, in here we kept a lot of the same design kind of choices. We wanted to keep it consistent. We have the dark gray hex tile in the shower, and we really were able to kind of wrap it in a fun way around these walls. We went with a square subway tile everywhere else. Same hex tile flooring here, all the way up into the shower. And then this square subway tile along the walls. And we did the same style of vanity in here, which I think turned out awesome. Just a really fun room. I think this bathroom is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just really proud of everything that we're able to fit into this space here. So we were really able to make the most out of every inch that this home had. And I think that's a really important thing to do when you're renovating homes, because if you don't do it, it's on to the next person to deal with, and that's just not the way we like to roll. So again, in all of the bedrooms, we had to refinish the walls by adding new drywall and plastering and texturing, doing all the things. So in each bedroom now, it has this really fun, cohesive, clean finish, and we absolutely love that because we wanted to stay consistent with the rest of the house. All of the bedrooms, they got this really nice tufted carpet. We went with a gray color just to keep it consistent, and I think it turned out to be a really clean, relaxing space for the bedrooms. I love how they turned out. A lot of times when we first get to a new project, it's not in the condition that, shall we say, is optimal. And that's kind of the point, right? You get into these older homes, you get into these like kind of rundown homes, and you spruce them up, you bring the life back into them. That was definitely the case here. This yard had weeds up to your knees. There was just junk everywhere. This patio roof was literally falling apart. We just demolished this backyard, added in beautiful new rock and a nice little patch of grass. We added these great climbing vines up the walls. They're going to flower and grow and be beautiful in a few months. I did this entire block wall on this side here. The rest was already framed with block walls, but this was just a fence. It was falling over. It didn't really offer the privacy that most of our people would like. So I think that turned out really nice. We finished off the block wall with the same dark gray that we used for the trim on the exterior of the home. So when we start a new project, we have a couple of things that we look out for. We want to make any functional changes that need to be made, because we imagine our friends and their families living in homes like this, and when there are obvious functional issues, or whatever it may be, tiny kitchen, tiny bathrooms, if we can easily and efficiently make changes that will make life a little easier on the next homeowner, that's what we want to do. It's not always the cheapest or the fastest option, but it's the right option, and we take a lot of pride in our projects. So that's the way we work. We also like to keep our style really consistent. We love these really clean lines, these clean finishes, while adding some little pieces of interest where we can. A lot of times that is in the barnwood accents, like underneath this island. Or it's the floor-to-ceiling subway tile in the bathrooms, or the really cool flooring features in other rooms. Whatever it may be, we want to leave an extra little piece of style. So when we're designing these homes, we really try to keep that end goal in mind of building a home that somebody is going to live in and love and want to bring their family and friends over to spend time with, to celebrate occasions with. That's the kind of thing that we keep in mind. For all of the heartache and challenges and frustrations and difficulties that come with renovating a home, at the end, when we see them like this and they're perfect and they're inviting and we get to share them with our friends, that is what really makes it all worth it. So we hope that you'll get a chance to take a look at the rest of the photos and things that we have online, and we would love your feedback. So go ahead and drop some comments below or send us a quick message on social media. We'd love to hear what you think about our renovation.